lesson. You can always do more. You can always go further. Well, here I loved that lesson. It fueled some of my thoughts when I was in high school. Now here I was in college ready to impart it to these young kids from this inner city community. And I immediately said, guys, I want you to raise your hands as high as you can. Well, you see, this was the last day. It was their graduation. They were tired. They were hot from a long day of athletic activities. And the first thing they looked at me and they said, oh, man, we don't want to do this. No way. Guys started raising his hand and said, put your hands down. You smell BO. It's terrible. We don't want to do this, Corey. Why are we doing this? They were far less cooperative than you were. Well, immediately I returned to a base form of persuasion that unfortunately has gained some notoriety in my state amongst us politicians. And I reached in my pocket and I pulled out a $5 bill and I decided to bribe them. Well, these young people, these young boys were capitalists, and they thrust their hands into the air and they started comparing themselves to each other. And I stood there in smug satisfaction looking at these folks comparing themselves to each other and feeling in my heart that I was ready to impart with them wisdom they would remember for a lifetime when I suddenly saw off to my left a young boy who I'm telling you was one of the cutest human beings God ever created. If you took a young Gary Coleman and a young Emmanuel Lewis and a dash of Macaulay Culkin, you would not get somebody as cute as this human being.